All right, traders next door, baby. First episode had to happen 2 weeks ago, and we've got myself, my co-host, as you can see, tiny little dude, but he's here, and then
DJ
we also
Mo in the building,
bro.
and then we also have our two special guests. Guys, please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, well, I think guys, you should know me by now. If you don't, my name is Mad Charts. I am the man behind the mic.
Keegan.
Already starting.
And now, guys, it's your boy Keegs. I'm back as always.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's Ed Katushabe. I'm the guy behind the FX Goats. I'm the one providing them all your signals. I'm the one who's made them as successful as they are. So I found it a good time to reveal myself to the world and let everybody know who the real brains behind the outfit has been.
I just want to mention that this is an absolutely horrible start to this pod, bro. You guys had two choices and you chose violence, man.
It sets the tone. It sets the tone. People know what's up now.
Yeah.
Chad, I think just before we start, we're just going to ask you guys how's the audio. Obviously, a little bit. We did a more, I want to say, authentic set. It's not the set that we wanted to do, but I think sometimes to have something that's more just laid back. We've got a little Burger King here, not endorsed, but
Should be endorsed.
But if you're watching Burger King, we'll take it.
So, we're going to get going here. Guys, I think we wanted to get the OGs back. Mo, thank you for joining. You were supposed to produce, and all of a sudden I'm producing everything here. But I think we're going to just start off with what has happened since the last office move. Since our last podcast, I think our last official podcast series was in Cape Town.
That was April.
Yeah.
Thinking back, the Cape Town trip feels like yesterday. But Keegs, how's things been since the last time we actually had a nice little sit down? The guys see you on stream, but just a little bit more laid back, not looking at the charts.
I think also, guys, before we dive into that, Chris can confirm with me as well. But you guys are going to need to stay around because we are going to be announcing the winners of the Ultimate Trader today.
Hey!
When today? Did you say today?
Now?
Chris, am I correct? Is it today?
Yeah.
It is today, guys.
Okay, yo.
Wow.
On the podcast, you guys are going to hear who the winners are, number 1, 2, and 3. So stick around for that. Things have been going good. I think literally the move, I think it was crazy. It's been around, been doing things, we've been grinding. I think we've created quite a few impersonators nowadays. I think everyone nowadays is just trying to be the 2Gs.
Yeah.
So you got to keep them guessing, keep them on their toes. But in 2G's fashion, we're going to keep ramping it up.
Absolutely.
Is that what we're doing, ramping it? Ed, what's been happening with Forex Insights SA? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man, folks, it's been growing. I'm happy. I'm happy with the trajectory it's had so far. I'm happy with the trajectory it's still to go. Partnering up with the 2Gs has been freaking awesome. And I'm someone who likes to keep to himself. So the fact that I'm even like, okay, cool, like I acknowledge these two individuals. I like what they're about. I like who they are as people. So like a partnership between the two of them, it's like I feel good about it. So yeah, man, there's big things coming ahead. So if you guys have not subscribed yet, Forex Insights SA, go ahead and hit that sub button because there is a lot of amazing content coming your way in the near future.
Yeah, guys, just to add to that, before we go back to our host and co-host over there, we just need to give a big shout out to DJ Fresh over there for making
DJ
it.
Fresh.
Who's DJ Fresh?
Hey.
Who's DJ Fresh?
For making it back in time, because again, guys, if you don't know, go check out Traders Next Door this morning. Mo had to make some special arrangements to be back in time from the BOJ intervention this morning.
Man.
So
Yeah.
thank you for being here, brother.
Mo is the secret millionaire of the group. Has his own private jet, flies across the world.
Man, I just want to see you guys succeed. I'm just here for it, bro. I don't mind swiping. It is what it is. You know?
All the conspiracy theorists, they going, bro, he would have never made it in time. Guys, very simple. You go in the long way around. If you just went the opposite shorter way, that's how you got you. Very quick.
Bro, look at that nonsense talking with that is so plugged in.
The
Mo,
earth is round. The earth is round.
Then back to Mo. Mo, how's things been your side? I think the chat hasn't seen you in a while.
Bro, we were actually just talking about it like 2 minutes before we started. I think, it's going well with me, first of all. The work's been great. I'm happy with the kind of content we're putting out. But a lot of people in the chat haven't seen me because like we've grown so much since I was like frequently on camera.
Yeah.
And that was at the old office. So that's at least 2 months since I've like shown face and hung out. But that's only because the work has been so much. Right.
Tell the guys a little bit about Jacked and Blacked, your series. You're starting getting jacked. And
Bro, let me tell you. Okay, so I got the secret recipe over here. Okay, if you guys had seen me on camera, I was like a lot heavier than I am right now.
How much have you lost now?
All in all, since last year, 14. Look at. I mean, 14.
At
Mo's
14.
got a little bit
but-
of a sleeper build on him.
But now it's 10. Like 2 months ago, over the past 10 weeks, it's been 10 kilos, which is pretty chill. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
A kilo a week.
10 kilos. I think let's drop a little bit back into some. We've got quite a few things we want to chat about. The neural network. I feel like there's some
It's driving
excitement.
Chris crazy.
No, I'm just saying. Like I see the DJs. If I have to go into that Discord now, you'll see the boys waiting there. But guys, I think there's some excitement around it. What do you guys? Where do you think it can go?
I've already started using it as Confluence.
Okay.
Like used it this morning on the Turtle Strat. I was like, okay, what's the neural network saying? It was predicting upward trend. It had a buy just previous to that. I was like, okay, Confluence for what I'm trying to do. But listen, if we can get that thing right, I mean, I think if you add a couple more data points to it, the full hour, maybe the daily, if we can get that going, I think we're onto something here. I think that's going to be a very powerful tool for a lot of traders to use in their trading.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I think obviously we talk about the technology is the future. AI coming out, all these things. And Chris and myself have always had this conversation where AI isn't going to take your job, but the guy who knows how to use AI is going to take your job.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what this neural is going to do. It's still a man-made thing. And again, we've spoken about this with guys that don't understand. It's a self-learning thing. So this thing's going to be developing. It's going to learn itself. And I think that's what's the game changer. This isn't, as we've always spoke to guys about, something that just learns 2 things and that's all it can do. So there's a lot of potential for it.
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, I don't want to say we were forced now into this, but like I told Hanu, and big shout out to Hanu and his wife, Linda. But I told him, dude, it's weird how the universe works. Like I saw it earlier in the week. I saw this little screen, and Hanu was posting there for the community, and I just said like, hey, this looks interesting. And I left it and I thought like, I'll come back to it and ask the question because you get so busy. And yesterday, again, not even planning it, looking across Discord, I wanted to find something for the chat. And I check again, who's this guy posting again? It's like, oh, the neural said this and this. And I'm like, dude, listen here, where's this guy? Is he on stream? And he's like, yeah, comes on stream, willingly came on, chatted about it, and now already tonight having a meeting with him and his wife to see like where can this go, where can we take it, what's the possibilities, and already just that's the thing about being in the right place at the right time, how things work out. And even Keegan, like after the stream, is like, bro, how crazy is it, like the community? And there's somebody in the community that's got the ability, they took initiative. Now I've got the potential to do something that could be, I don't want to say first of its kind, because that's standard for banks.
Yeah.
But in terms of on a retail level, to have something that you can now start talking and saying now our trades are data backed by something like a neural network or machine learning, that it changes the game for me a little bit. So I'm very, very excited about it and where we're going to take it.
Just on that, I want to say the actual 2G's community is a rare gem of its own, because like how many times have one of the community members of their own accord put their hand up and be like, hey, listen, you guys want to create an indicator? I know how to do that. I got you. Hey, listen, like it'll be really awesome if you guys come to Cape Town. I can work out a lot of the X's and O's for you, make it happen. And now in a month's time, you guys are going to Cape Town. It's like this community is filled with like very capable individuals who are more than willing to put their hand up and like help us make things bigger and better for the rest of the community.
Yeah, I think we always spoke about that. Like, we want to change the community. We want to change the name Forex has in this country. And building a community where the community itself is doing that. And that's, I think, it sounds cliche, but again, our community is not like any other community.
No. I think that's coming back to what Jeremy said as well. He said once we start the chapters, once we start the communities in the different cities, towns, whatever, it just becomes, you become part of something bigger. Like I was chatting to somebody in the week and I said, we're not trying to just do like a business or whatever, like 2Gs. We want it to be bigger than just us. Like if you say the 2Gs community, it's like this hub of people, like-minded people, young entrepreneurs, young business people. Not young, you can be old as well. So don't feel anything below 85 is young, Chad. Believe it or not. So any age below 85, you're still young. So when I talk about young.
So who was that guy we had that came on stream the one day? He paid for
50
Project
cal,
G.
50 cal.
Yeah,
He's
no,
over 50.
it wasn't 50 cal. He was 60 something. The guy that he couldn't join Project
60
G.
cal.
We had to do something, and the whole chat took their hats off to him because this
Yeah.
guy was still at that age, willing to join a membership to learn how to trade, and he was 60 something.
I think that also attests to, I don't want to say the character of us, but for somebody older to say like, who's this tatted up guy, who's the other overweight guy, who's Chris, I'm kidding.
No. That was not a jab at me even.
No, but it comes down to somebody older saying like, listen, these two young guns, they know something, and that's the beauty of it, where there's like guys just out of school in the community, and then you've got like the other end of it, like somebody that's maybe in retirement also joining. So that's the inclusivity that I think we want to really get to. There's no limit, color, age, nationality. We've got people all over the world part of the community. That one day I think the furthest we went was like bordering on Russia. Some of the guys, and I was like, dude, how did you get onto the stream? And so that's the beauty of it, I think. And as we said, we never thought, and still very early days, we never thought that the 2Gs community will grow to where it is growing, but exciting times ahead for us. Coming back to a little bit of what's happening in the Forex industry, let's chat a little bit about what's been transpiring in the prop space. Let's chat a little bit about that. Every other guru now is starting a prop firm as well.
So my first comment on that, all right, is we had one guy already doing it. Myself, Mad Charts, opening up a prop firm in Feb, and it didn't even last 2 weeks, and I think it crashed. And that's purely being an influencer-driven prop firm. But then you have the second one come out now, Alpha Thunder, again, very original, not copying anyone, but coming out, and I still haven't seen one person say they bought the Alpha Thunder account. Or even that they trade in Alpha Thunder, what the conditions are like.
Didn't you say he relaunched his mentorship now as well?
Yeah, well, I'm saying maybe the problem's that bad that now you're selling mentorships
No, but
again.
he does that every 2 to 3 months.
Oh, really?
Because I joined it just a little over a year ago when I was still brand new to trading.
His mentorship.
Yeah. No, he's his
200 and tour.
I can't remember what it was. I don't know if he originally signed it up as a signals group or mentorship, whatever it was in its original incarnation. Then it's like, okay, cool, we're gonna do signals, and like now, listen, I'm too busy to be on the charts all day. Now it's gonna be like a mentorship and like skill refinement. And then like, listen, the reason I got into trading was freedom of time, and now I don't really have time for this. So now this is gonna be a community group, and you guys can help each other. And then a bunch of members leave 2-3 months later. Hey guys, welcome to my signals group. Join in every 2 to 3 months.
Who's that? Mad Charts?
It's Mad Charts.
Oh, match
Every
odds.
2 to
Okay.
3 months, that's how it cycles through.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I thought, what's her name? Noah. Jason
Yeah.
Noah.
Yeah, I also thought it was
I
on
also
Jason
thought it
Ronaldo.
was,
No, that's what I'm talking about. Matt Charles' one. But
Okay.
Jason Noah, they all play by the same playbook, though.
Yeah.
It's all the same playbook.
I think also what we need to chat about a little bit is obviously, let's talk about Rydal. So coming back, weirdly enough, had a chat with Rydal in the week. And I think the community after that Forex Expo,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the
yeah.
community were a little bit split when they actually saw Rydal out and about now between the guys that he's exposing. And my question is to Ed and Keegs and to Mo as well. How would you react? Because I'm just thinking as a human being, you now somebody that's very private and now all of a sudden you're sitting in between these guys. How would
So-
you handle it?
So my thing is, I think it's a shock to the system as if you want to say consumer, because that's the last thing you're going to expect.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to use an example, and this is a purely in the sense out of trading. Guys that are rugby players, all of this. I think we can all agree our opinions on Owen Farrell, for example.
Yeah.
We all know
Yeah.
any South African wants to smack him. And then after the World Cup, a month, 2 months later, Sears posting, taking photos with him, having a bra at his house with him, and they're best buddies. And everyone was like, what the hell is going on here? And again, it's that thing of your friends often on the field. We've always spoken about, I'll blitz him on the field, we'll have a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing with Rydal. He was put in a scenario where you're not going to start throwing hands at a convention center.
No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're going to be decent. You're going to do everything. But I think what also, it was a point of upsetting the people. But what happened now of, for example, taking photos with the goats. And now you posted a video exposing them again. Showing people that, listen, I can play like that. I'll play by the book. But when you step out of line, I'm going to be there to call you out on it again.
Fair game, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Business
I don't-
is business.
I don't know. It's from his perspective. I think he put a video out stating like in his mind what was going on. It's
Clarifying.
exactly what you said.
Yeah.
I can't go to this convention and start being the jackass who's like, no, I'm not taking a picture with you. Screw you, and like causing
No.
a scene unnecessarily. But I think where he might have been able to save face is because a lot of the pictures, I think, didn't he post them on Instagram as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one that actually posted.
I see that. That's the thing. I'm like, if I dislike Mo for whatever reason, but we're forced to take a picture,
had to be me,
I'll
true.
take the picture. But I'm not gonna go in my Instagram and then post it. At least not without like a little
So-
snide comment.
Yeah.
About it.
So for example, Chris and myself were actually invited to a massive event in 2 weeks' time. And there would be, the GOATs would be there, CJ Bankroll would be there, all of these guys would be there. And it's a typical thing of, you know what, Flip, if they guys want us to take photos with them, we'll take a photo with you. But we are not going to be the ones posting those photos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If someone else posts them, that's them, but we're
But
not
then-
advertising that.
But Shay Keeks, then I think about it and I'm like, from a social media growth perspective, where you're like, I do want to put out these pictures to show that I also go to these events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to reason why he would choose to post them. Like, even though we know his stance and everything.
He should have put like a little like
Disclaimer.
hey, I'm exposing them again vibe, but like try and like spin it to still like I don't know, you know,
Like maybe even just be more jokey, like at least they're not as scammy in person.
something like that.
Something
Yeah.
Like a jab, basically.
Yeah, a jab, but it's a
I feel like
playful
what you guys are
jab.
saying, like it needed a disclaimer of sorts, like anything to say, yo, man, just so you know, we're not like chummies. We just bumped into each other.
Yeah.
And game is game. We all respect each other.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I wanna actually chat about his latest expose, obviously of the goats. Two things I wanna actually talk about, and maybe someone in the chat can call the goats to come on here as well. Is firstly, XNES is very up in their asses, like we've seen that.
Yeah.
So my question here, openly, and this is maybe we can clip this, is why when what is their funding? Express Funding or Express Funded?
Yeah.
When Express Funded was sitting without a broker, why did XNES not jump at the opportunity to say like, hey, we'll give you our broker services? Why did the goats phone me, sat in a meeting with me, Kojo, And I asked and I said, dude, why did XNest not give you guys the services? Huh? Does XNest know that there's no value beyond you guys just being on social media and putting numbers to the brand? Do XNest know that you guys manage a company badly? Because if a broker was really supporting you, they would have jumped at it and said, listen here, we're going to provide our trading services to you. That's my first thing that I want us to talk about. The second thing is the Rydal video. How did they get onto a demo account, perfectly orchestrated a withdrawal that lines up with the backend on XNest on a demo account? Do you not feel like there's some type of involvement from a broker side as well, where you phone the broker? Because brokers do it, Chad, believe it or not. You get test accounts, it looks real. They didn't do a real account. It was a demo, but still, you can phone somebody and say, listen, yeah, put in a withdrawal on that account. It is a demo, so from compliance perspective, we're not showing real funds, this or that. But don't you think a broker should also be held accountable for the type of people they put their brand or their name towards for the trading community? That's the question I'm asking.
I think it's interesting in respect. When I saw this took me right back to, what was it, 2 years ago, Joash, where he was caught with that live account, where the people obviously got hold of the broker, and the broker came out saying it is a demo, but for marketing, it's advertised as a live account. So they didn't sell themselves out. They came out, said exactly what it was, and threw Joash under the bus.
That's dirty.
But now in this type of situation, yes, they're not advertising this as a live, so they're not doing that. But as you say, like, there's a point of, we know the ideas and the thought process behind these guys is out to scam people. And us as a broker, we're going to be okay with that. As long as just, hey, you bring us money, we'll turn a blind eye. Because that's all it's turning into right now.
That's essentially what it is. Because the brokers are aware this is happening.
Yeah.
They will know who these people are about before they even sign them. So like them signing
they
them,
vetted. They do their homework.
it's an endorsement of like, I know what you do. I'm okay with it as long as it makes us money.
My thing is, naturally, I've always thought about this. If I want to show off, and I don't know, maybe that's just me having an ego. I have no clue. But if I'm this big hotshot, I'm riding my Lambos, Ferraris, McLarens, whatever the hell I have, and I'm this big boy, and when I am going to trade with you, my partner and broker, and you look at my account and go, yes, this guy hasn't traded a cent. He's marketing millions, but he's not put a cent in this account. Like, there's no money. The only money that's going out of here is our payments to him. But he's rebates. But nothing about him physically trading.
Yeah.
Like, the
And
fact
being a
that
profitable
I'm
trader.
marketing something, but I know the people in that broker know I'm the floor.
I think it comes back to when we talk about equity deals, and I don't wanna point out too much here, and I don't want to get myself in too much hot water. But the conflict, if you think about it, in the UK, the regulation has changed. You can't be an IB because there's a direct conflict of interest. The guys sign equity deals behind doors, and they say, listen, here, we're more than happy. We B-book. I've shown you guys that the majority, I almost want to say 90% of the big brokers all B-book. All your trades are being warehoused. So that's not going to any liquidity provider. They take the other side of your trade. But now my thing is, you do deals with guys and you tell them, listen, yeah, 50% of the losses we pay you. That's the deals these guys do. Now, can we not all agree that there's a massive conflict of interest? Because it's in your benefit. If your traders lose money, then you getting half of it. That's literally saying, oh, guys, the markets are tough, but let me just scoop that half that you guys lost here into my pocket. And that for me is not right. And
Like, it incentivizes you to lose, basically.
exactly. And now my thing is, now if you're starting to look at, and I don't want to jump at XNest, I'm not throwing stones at XNest, but now that XNest has got their ODP application approved, now all of a sudden they go on this massive rampage where they're signing all the IBs, they're getting everybody involved. And my question is, why now? why now, all of a sudden, now that you do have the B-book, are they signing equity deals with guys? I think if you're a mentor, I think that should be a minimum standard to say like, hey guys, I'm incentivized or I'm getting paid a certain percentage if you lose money to be open, because then it's like a case of, hey man, you can't, like, we'll trade with you, you can do education, but don't send us signals. And then if the signal goes bad, then you want to say, oh, but sorry guys, I'm benefiting both ways.
I was going to say it's a win-win for them, because like you say, if they giving you good signals, it's their reputation as a good trader. If they're not giving you good signals, it's still a nice payday for them.
They win either way.
They're
man.
winning either way.
Gaming the system.
And you know that there's mentors and influencers out there like walking that tightrope between the two. Like they know exactly, like, listen, I'll feed them a good one now to keep my reputation going. And then for a CPI or NFP, I'm going to feed them the worst one I possibly can.
But you know, my thing is, and that's the thing, it's a 50-50. A lot of these guys, like, we've seen what they do. They literally can flip a coin on the day and go, hey, I'm buying or selling today. And it's a 50-50. Even if he purposely goes out to make you blow up, he could still win, because that he actually got it wrong. He wanted you to blow up, and now you win. And again, it's like, hey,
but now it works for him because, like, a reputation. He's the GOAT, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you guys think brokers we've said this last year. We said that 2024, and I still remember
the year of the cleansing.
The year of the cleansing. We already saw it. We already seeing guys now needing to buy cars. The goats came out. I don't know if you guys remember when Andy. Okay, there's a white goat and he left. And then there was like chats between them where they were saying like, hey, Flip, we bought these cars. We thought like it's going to pull numbers. It's not really pulling numbers. And we said it last year. We said like that era of lifestyle, people are getting fed up, because it's like, dude, you're showing me the cars, you're showing me the houses, but show me how to trade. Like, I don't want to see that. For me as a trader, I want to see how to trade, bro. Like, it's enough sushi, enough cars. Sit down with me, come fish with me. Like, where are you getting the fish? Are you like stocking the fish here on the side? and you like, or you like fishing in our bucket? Like, I'm catching my little fish and they come and that's how the government works. And they just take your little fish. It's like, oh, shot, bro. We're just going to put this.
Thank you so much.
This.
I didn't know I needed this.
But that's my thing. And we talked about it last year, where it's a case of, I'm not going to say anything, but you see influencers now buying these exotic cars. And there's still no weight to the person. They still cannot sit down with people and say, listen here, bro, this is our trade.
I think they just plan on like milking that system until people are like
until it's completely dry.
Yeah, they're gonna keep going, bro, until like they get to day zero. It's just like, this is not working anymore. They will keep going.
I've always said it. It's a marketing. It is a big marketing. You can't deny the fact for me that it will bring you clients.
Yeah, it's shocking.
That's the thing for me. It will bring you the clients.
Remember,
you need to keep them there.
Yeah, I remember my chat when I was just like, my brother knows nothing about trading, and yet he knows. Is it Jason Noah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, everyone knows Jason Noah in Pretoria, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, like the marketing works. I've even, like, way before this, I remember walking in Hatfield and seeing this chrome Beamer, and I just never understood why Forex dudes be like that. But like now, years later, like, I get it. People really eat that thing up, man.
But to come back to when I was trading, weirdly enough, when I started trading was before this era. Like, you would go on Instagram, nobody traded. Like, you would go on Twitter, there's some older guys, they're sharing some info, but you can't really use it. And then later on, I was like, flip, okay, now it's like these young dudes, and it's like flipping, and they're showing money, they're showing cars. And then you're thinking like, but yo, what does this guy know? He's not even educated, doesn't have a degree, he's got literally no work experience, just sold this little lifestyle dream. And then now we're coming to the age of where people are making educated decisions. We've got AI, everything has got AI integrated to it now. I still even laughed, the one trader posted something on Twitter, I don't know if you saw it, and AI basically went on and said this is not the guy's property because it goes through all the files. It was actually found on, let's say, like a property 24.
Yeah.
This place is available to rent. And it was like this guy was posting, and I was like, dude, this is the level we're getting out now of exposing.
No, AI is going to expose you.
Yeah.
AI, yeah. And also, I think you guys can agree that I think people have become a lot more educated and picky as a consumer. If you think about all the information you've got, we don't go and make impulse purchases anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's so much information for us to say, dude, let me check a review of this. Like, what is this phone?
Yeah.
Let me check a review. There's 10 reviews on it. AI can tell you this is good, this is bad. So I think the era of that's going to go by. And I think also, like Keegan said, and I don't actually want to say it because it's going to give them ideas, but I think the next big thing is going to be guys that are going to incorporate AI into some type of system.
110%.
That is the
That's-
next. That is now the next thing where
I'll never forget. We had it. It was one of our normal guys, if I remember correctly. But he came onto the stream and he basically was sitting there going, "Guys, like, I just had my charts analyzed by AI, by ChatGPT," and I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he said, "Bro, go on your trading view on your phone, take a screenshot, so you can have your indicators on that it does everything." Upload that screenshot on ChatGPT and tell it to
Can I tell
analyze
you?
this.
I've also done that.
It came back and it analyzes it. It tells you those levels that you have marked out, tells you what your indicators reading, tells you all of this, and it will tell you what it thinks the trend and the bias for the day will be.
I think we're just struggling right now. I think a lot of people
Hectic.
don't know how to leverage AI, but it's there, bro. Like if you know how to ask the right questions, you say, "Hey, this is exactly what I'm looking
King-
at."
That's the trick, eh? Asking the right questions.
King X asking a question: will you guys ever stop trading? Because in trading, we are self-employed and entrepreneurs in general have a goal of having their businesses on autopilot. So would you guys stop trading, but rather be in the business of trading, owning brokers, prop firms, liquidity providers as a long-term goal?
Personally, I won't. I love
No,
trading.
I knew it. They're degenerates.
Degenerate. It's confirmed. Degenerate confirmed. AI
I've
just
been
confirmed.
an adrenaline junkie my whole life. I mean, the sports, all of that, the cars, everything. So, and I've said this how many times. Chris and myself have spoke about trading. Okay, I'm going to sound like a DJ, but trading a news event gives you that same feeling of like a big rugby game.
Here's the
It's-
thing: the guys have never been in the room when news events are happening. Bro,
Sure.
I'm talking tense.
Yeah,
Yeah, they see the after.
Pin drop.
There's an aura in the room. There's an
Yeah.
aura.
You feel it, bro. Like even maybe Caitlin and Taryn will walk in here and they'll be like, "Okay, let's just walk out."
You're like, I shouldn't be in this room.
I don't feel
I don't
like
know
I
what's
should
going to
be
happen.
here. Something's gonna explode at any moment, and I don't want to be there for it.
Yeah, so I don't think I'll ever stop. Maybe the amount it will go down. For example, I love the streams, but I mean, when I'm 40 years old or something, I don't think I'm going to be streaming twice a day for like 6 hours. You
Yeah.
might
you
jump
meant the
on
amount
for
of-
1 hour, in, out, and I'm done. So the amount of chart time in a day might go down, but I don't think I'll ever stop trading. No.
It's fun.
Dude, I love trading, and the other day somebody, I think it was me and Keegan chatting, and I'm like, dude, honestly, I can't see myself in any other industry, and I can't see myself not working with people. And the beauty of what we're doing here is there's both sides of it. You in the trading industry, you basically working with people, not just in the office, but like I said, the community. Like what we've seen happen now is incredible. Like community members pulling through. But in terms of owning a broker, I would be honest. I would love to own a broker purely due to the reason that I see it as a business that you can build a legacy upon. It's something it's something that can live on past you as a person. Like 2Gs, as much as we want to build it, but at the end of the day, if there's not somebody leading it, at one stage it will die down, unless you've got, say, a plan, or not a, like, what do they call it,
Yeah,
succession
succession
plan, or like we'll still make sure that the thing lives on. But I think in terms of owning a broker, I think that for any big trader is like the end goal, is having
How
a
difficult
broker.
is it to start your own broker? How difficult is it to start your own
I
broker?
wouldn't say it's difficult, but if you know
It's
the right
expensive.
guys, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
My chat is like, I have no idea where the process would even start, bro.
Okay, so actually now can I chat about it? The
Yeah,
broker
yeah, go
thing,
for it.
because we still said we're going to do a video on it. So starting a broker, very simple, very, very simple. It's not difficult starting a broker. The difficulty with any brokerage, the only thing, if you ever think about what a broker is struggling to do, is find clients. That is literally the hardest part of having a brokerage, is getting people to trade with you. That's why these brokers pay influencers, they pay massively for marketing. But to actually get a broker up and going is very simple. The cost of it, you're looking at around about, I worked out some figures, I think it was 4 years ago. I wanted to start my own brokerage. Had some contacts in Cyprus. Believe it or not, I still don't know why the majority of brokers are sitting in Cyprus. And started the exercise. Chatted to all the guys, your MQL license, your servers, your CRMs, your website, your liquidity bridges, your liquidity providers, all of that. And the cheapest, like bare bone brokerage that you can start, you were looking at like 300K a month. That's like, you don't have I think you've got a one account type, because you pay per account type as well for the server groups. And it was 300K.
Damn.
And I was like, okay, so it's not just like a little 50K expense, like, hey, let's start a broker. And then if you want to have something half decent that's competitive with, let's say, 3 account types, let's say 2 currencies, whatever, then you're starting to look at like 450, 500K a month. Then you haven't even paid a salary. That's just like for your tech. That's your tech. If you've got 1 client, if you've got 1,000 clients, you're paying R500,000 a month. And then it's a case of, will this thing float? Will this thing immediately float? And unless you've got a big audience that's really going to support you, to say like, dude, you start that brokerage, we support you immediately, it becomes a risk. Who's got 6 million rand to say, listen here, 6 bar, let's throw it out? And I think years ago, if you think when Justin Paulson started, there was still white labels, there was still opportunities for a broker to provide you with the services. So you started, for a lot of you guys that don't know, JP Markets years ago, before becoming the mammoth that they were, they started off the back of FX Primus. Literally on your statement, on top there, it said FX Primus Pty Limited. So the barrier to entry has become very difficult, and they're making it even harder. But I think it's also better for the industry, because a lot of guys were opening up unregulated brokers. People deposit and then they rug pull. Like once they get a nice big chunk.
So you talk about that as well. I want to go back to the marketing. Like, we know these guys throw money at marketing. Obviously, their RBs, events, all these type of things they do. I think the big one we've seen this year that came about was early this year. JP Markets, again in the spotlight, marketing on the FA Cup final. Do you think the ROI on that was worth it? Because personally, I don't.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good question.
Dude, we spoke about it, and me and Keegan actually spoke about impressions. And if you think about it, you watching a sports game, you even watching Formula One,
Yeah.
when you're at the game, or even when you're watching the game, where's your focus?
The actual event.
The actual event. You never, like, I've never seen an advert of a company where I was like, oh, I want to see what this company is.
Yeah.
The value for that is not at the event itself. The value of that is the advertisement rights that you have to then go and show to your audience on your website, like the one prop firm that sponsor Ferrari. Now, all of a sudden, you look credible because you're one of the official sponsors of the FA Cup.
So credibility.
So it's more to do with credibility. In terms of the ROI, I don't think that is more brand awareness. How much money was spent there? Dude, I'm thinking at least 1 to 2 million minimum. If it's not even
Rand.
more. Rand, yeah.
I think more.
Yeah,
You
I
think
think
more?
Rand
more.
sounds really small, bro.
You remember you do it in the FA Cup final, yeah? Like, just for example, like what the players earn, obviously winning there, marketing, television rights for that. Like, I understand where you're coming
I
from,
think it's
but
stupid numbers.
I think that's
It's probably
stupid
stupid
numbers.
numbers.
I think that's big numbers,
It's a-
especially
it was
in
the-
Rand.
You know what
Because
this
that's
is giving?
pounds.
This is given like I know it's stupid numbers, and then you get there and you're like, oh snap, this is way worse than I thought.
Yeah.
Like they spend money.
Yeah,
on
it was
that,
likely
bro.
bad. It was like it was
Yeah.
likely a quite a bit of chump change.
So I personally think for startup businesses, I don't think there's value in it, personally. Like we've said it. Instead of spending that 3 million, you could have spent that on like, almost I want to call it guerrilla marketing, where you go and host an event at a certain town, at a certain festival where you can activate clients. So I think it's money not well spent. I would always say, like, even we had a chat last year, the cricket guys, the Indian guys for the Pro 20. And I told the guy, honestly, I said, okay, dude, it's 500K. And you're telling me there's going to be about 25,000 people at the stadium, whatever. So that's 25,000 impressions. Like, we can do a post and we get more impressions on a single post. That costs us nothing.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, so the question is always like, if you're going to talk impressions, it's not really doing anything for
Yeah,
us.
I think when you frame it like that, it's definitely about what is it, credibility. Think about it. Like, if we're talking about the post that did 2.5 AM, that's 100 times more than that set of eyes. But yours was like, it was alone, it was isolated, versus having one that's just like completely there with the team. You're like, okay, these guys have something there. They've got a backing. They've been vetted. Yet,
Guys, we actually chatted the 24-hour stream. I was trying to get Justin on, I think from a compliance point of view, having Vault Markets because we had Vault Markets on the banner, then to get somebody from JP Mark or the co-founder, owner. There was a little bit of an issue, but I do think we'll make a plan to get him on at some stage. We'll make a plan.
are you answering a question?
Yeah, somebody
Okay.
asking to get JP on.
I think we definitely will get him on.
Yeah, I think we will. Bonang saying, thank you for the payout. The church is almost done, or is done. Well played there.
Hey,
Hey, well done, man.
Respect that. Respect that.
Liesel saying, I hope we all declared our trading accounts to our estates, because I asked myself, what happens when you die and no one knows about your trading account?
That's actually a good point, eh? Especially if you're
Bro.
if you have a sizable chunk, $10,000 or something in there. That's a sizable amount of money just to disappear with you dying.
But someone's gonna go through your phone. Trust me.
I'm thinking what you need to do. Actually, now that you say it, because I've got a few investment accounts and there's logins, so it's like discretionary money. So I think you're gonna have to have like a list and say like,
where the accounts are,
Hey,
who they with. or the
here's
logins
easy
for them.
equities. Here's my logins. Like, if I die, there's money chilling there.
There's
Go
money like-
get it. Here's my IG markets account. There's some funds sitting there. There's my IBKR account. There's some funds sitting. So that's actually a good point, Liesel. That's a very good point to make about your talking about it. What do you think happens if you pass away and you've got a funded account? Has anyone actually, now that Liesel asked that, is that account transferable? Does it go into your estate? I don't even think we've
I don't
I
think
don't,
asked.
so,
I don't
bro.
think
I
it would
think-
be. I think that just
I-
becomes in void.
Probably because you're not allowed to. You're not even allowed to buy an account for someone else. So I think if it's
Yeah.
your account is prop firm, if you die, I think it.
But if you're
it's now
smart,
void.
you withdraw whatever's there and then you just chuck it. Bro.
Because at the end of the day, I think we're talking about liability to a company. You were the individual who passed and proved yourself as a trader.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if that, and
okay.
they say it's a live account, now you die, and now my wife flipping sends this thing to the moon. It's,
But what happens to, like, let's say you're due a payout. There's profits in there.
and you
say
pass
nothing.
away.
To be fair,
Like,
your KYC is already done, so you should get that payout.
Yeah.
They can
yeah.
still request that payout if your KYC is already been done.
but
It's like a third
but
or
no,
fourth or fifth.
that's if they're aware the account exists in the first place. Because
Yeah.
if the account's inactive for 30 days, isn't it chalked anyway?
Me personally,
yeah.
oh yeah.
I wanna chat about something else, a little bit off topic that Afrikaans coming through.
It's just sliding
delicious
in there,
topic.
bro.
Where's the topic? But I think what I want to chat about, we actually had, weirdly enough, we had this conversation earlier in the week. And let's not let it go south, but we were talking about OnlyFans. So,
Hey.
okay, we're gonna
I wasn't
chat.
in this chat,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
So we were chatting about OnlyFans, and I don't know if you've seen that one chick. They always slate her on like social media where she jumps on these supercars that she owns, like the STO.
Yeah, she like trashes
Yeah.
your cars.
I've seen videos, but yeah.
Yeah, so she's an OnlyFans model, but now she's like almost like whistling Diesel. She's got an STO. She jumps on like the carbon roof and she like breaks the car, and people are like, dude, that's that stupid money because you're getting paid money to show your body. It's like this weird thing. And we're standing here and we were talking about AI, how good the AI image generation has become. Like there's even videos now. And we were like, is there not a thing where you use AI to like build this artificial model? You then take that to OnlyFans. You make a business out of that. And weirdly enough, my one mate sends me a message on Instagram. He's like, bro, check this. There's an AI model page. He's like,
On
imagine,
Insta, hey, I know the one, yeah.
and it's like, imagine how you do an OnlyFans with the AI model where you can choose what your model is. And he's got like this business plan figured out. So he's got like this menu. You say you want blonde. You say you want the busty blonde. You say you want this. He's like, bro, you build the model. And he's like, dude, people will still pay for it even though they know it's AI.
They will.
And I'm
They
laughing, and I come back to the office and I'm like, guys, check here. Here's my mate asking me about the AI model for. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think somebody was already doing it?
Bro, I'm telling you, yes.
I would be surprised. I know, guys, this is gonna sound so bad, but 100% the Asians are on this already.
I was thinking the exact same.
100 the Asians.
I was thinking the exact same.
Like, I know that sounds so bad, but bro, they are the first people to do all those things where it's like you can customize everything to your world. That's what they do with everything.
The Japanese has been on this for a while
So
now.
I would
Yeah.
be honestly surprised if they have not jumped on that already.
Someone I know runs an AI model OnlyFans and actually makes some real bang from it. So, dude, I don't know. It's like that. This one guy, I laughed. He's like putting on a clown suit. He's like me on my way to my 9 to 5. And there's some other 13-year-old playing with toys on YouTube making like $5 million a year. And I actually had this conversation with my daughter and my wife. And my daughter is watching these other children play. And I'm like, listen, we've got cameras and stuff. Like, I want to build a set here. I've got this thing figured out. And I'm like, you play, you do what they do. Like, I want to start filming it like this. And she's like, no. And I'm like,
No.
Do you know what you're passing up
the money
here?
fly out of his hands.
dude, I'm ready. I already told my wife, like, get an agreement in place. We're going to do this. And she's like, I don't think my daughter will. I asked her, I'm like, listen, those two chickies you always watch them playing with toys, like, why don't you do it? Or like the Lego. She's got like a lot of Lego. Like, you build the Lego. We
But
do
you have
like a
another
little,
kid, bro. Can try with him.
the little menace.
Now he'll do it. He'll do it,
Listen,
bro.
the fact is, a menace is even better for the camera.
Yeah, like it's gonna be
But-
entertaining, bro.
But I think back to the YouTube thing, I think we have to talk about it. Cristiano Ronaldo. Bro,
Dude,
what life hack is this man using?
Ah, man.
The man's already clocked the world, bro. He's clocked the
Subscribe.
game. He's clocked life.
He's on side quests now.
Bro, but the thing is,
Yeah.
he clocks a side quest in 10 minutes. Like, what the hell is this?
He's got life on easy mode now, bro.
I think,
Jeez.
dude, I don't want to get our channel shadow banned, but we talked about it. Do you, and it was Ed, eh?
Yeah, Ed brought it up.
Ed, actually, very good point. Do you think, we talked about it, the biggest YouTuber getting a lot of flack for
Don't
for
say it.
misconduct. Yeah,
There you go.
misconduct. And now all of a sudden, the attention, like even some other big YouTubers,
Yeah.
now almost saying like, "Hey guys, we're gonna put Cristiano Ronaldo on YouTube. Let's hype it up. Let's now everywhere we go, it's like now the story has somewhat turned away."
Like the YouTube spotlight is now on this.
Can I ask though? But like when you said that, what did you mean? Like, are we turning away that YouTube spotlight from?
It's
from
it's
the
like a
biggest?
false flag event. Think about it
Yeah,
this way. So
yeah.
so something happens, and then all of a sudden, I don't want to get into this conspiracy theory stuff, but a lot of people always say like it's very convenient how when they're trying to pass a certain law, then all of a sudden something happens, and everyone's eyes that were looking here
Yeah.
now look there, and it's exactly the same. Like the pressure was there, and now we just turn
Yeah.
Everyone
eyes.
No, forgets
you just
about that
answered it.
law
That's what I
they're
was
trying to
asking,
block.
like to depressurize.
100%.
Yeah,
that
so-
situation.
Because what got me thinking that way is Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just wake up one day and be like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Because they sent him his golden play button the day he started the channel.
He hit 10 mil, keep in mind, in less than 12 hours.
Yeah.
So he hit 1 mil, which you get the clock at in what? An hour?
Because
Yeah.
they need time to review, they need time to mint it, they need time
Yeah.
to ship it. He got it the day he started the channel.
Literally within hours.
He had a meeting with these people prior
Way
to all this.
beforehand.
And now I'm like, okay, cool, which is fine. I mean,
We don't know
one
who
of the
instigated
biggest
that
stars in
meeting.
the world. I'm just looking at the timing of when all of this happens. Suspiciously close to when the now infamous Mr. Beast has his scandal going.
Where's Jeff when you need him, huh?
Bro, Jeff,
Jeff would be
Jeff
all
would
over
dissect
this.
this with diagrams right now, bro.
Yo, my dude, Jeff would get in on this. I think another one that we need to chat about real quick. Let me just get this aircon off here.
Man's is feeling it.
You feeling it as well?
No, I'm alright.
I was-
I've
I
got
was-
this
I
on. Is
was-
this
I was
crazy that you
enjoying
are? Say again?
I was enjoying it. It was a good temp.
Another one we haven't really spoke about. I want to speak about two things. Is obviously Drickus, and then obviously Jake Paul now and Mike Tyson. The fight's back on. Like
Oh, it's back on.
I'm over the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing now. The fact it was off, it's on, it's off, bro, I'm
Why
done
was
with
it off?
now. It was off because
Mike
there
got
was some...
sick.
Mike got sick.
Mike got sick.
Then it was
Like old man
back
sick.
on because the fact that it's going to be done through Netflix. So Netflix had an issue and they were like, it's going to be back on. Blah, blah, blah. Then it was off again for something else. And now it's back on again. And I'm just like, bro, like, make up your mind now.
Yeah, stop the on and off thing.
But this is like such a cash grab because to me, if you're Jake Paul, it's a lose-lose, and if you're Mike, it's a win-lose. But on Jake Paul's side, if he beats Mike Tyson, congrats, you beat up an old man, big whoop. If he loses, you got beat up by an old man.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, I
Yeah,
can't
he
stand
doesn't
that
win
guy.
He doesn't
either
win.
way.
He
I
doesn't
can't
win.
stand that guy. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah,
Jake
yeah.
Paul.
For
Damn,
sure.
He's the most irritating dude.
But hold on before we go on.
Yeah,
and what do
yeah.
you mean Mike Tyson win-lose? If he wins, he wins.
If he wins, he did everyone a favor and clapped
Yeah,
the
yeah,
living
yeah,
shit
we
out of
needed
Jake
that.
Paul.
But
We need
if
that.
he lost, he ruined his whole legacy.
Why the hell did you even come back?
You literally put
Why
your
the hell did you
whole
even come back?
legacy
Okay,
on the line.
yeah, the stakes are pretty high for him as well in that sense.
Right?
then.
It's like, and I'm like, is the money and like,
It's the whole macaroni for a MacBook thing.
but like Mike isn't broke, man. Like, are you that desperate for a cash?
No, he's
It's
broke.
probably
He's
a
broke.
shit ton of
No,
money.
no,
Is he
he's
But
broke?
he went through a
No,
lot.
He's
like,
broke.
No, man.
They actually they spoke to Dana. Dana's a big Mike Tyson fan.
Yeah.
Dana White, and Dana said it's the saddest thing for him seeing Mike having to go and do these type of things to make money. Because remember, he had that cannabis brand or something that he tried to pull. But no, dude, Mike was open. He said, bro, like, I made all the wrong decisions, had the private planes, the cocaine, the going out, paying for, like, he made some very bad choices. Like, the man was living in the moment. And now is at a case of, here's the thing, a lot of guys don't realize it. These guys that have so much money, they go broke the quickest.
Yeah.
Even the one guy said, like, he gives Floyd like X amount of years. He's like, Floyd is broke.
Floyd is a crazy one, bro.
Yeah, and people were like, bro, how would Floyd go broke? He's like, think about it. There's no cash flow. Floyd does not have cash flow generating businesses. If you look at the amount of money he spends just on his entourage of people, just his jet, the maintenance on his jet, if you look at the amount of jewelry, all of that, like he does not have cash flow. And now you start going into some discretionary funds, and it's like the guys still want to live there. Like you're generating these fights, pay-per-view fights, and now all of a sudden you didn't do anything on the side. Where, for instance, a Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah, no,
people look at Shaq and think like, oh, this big guy, hey, this little guy here next to me. But Shaq has got a brain on him, bro. He did his masters, not like
He's PhD also.
and his PhD.
I
Like,
didn't know that.
bro,
He's
Shaq
PhD.
is a machine. Then Shaq bought businesses. He bought franchises. He got he got equity deals with certain places. For instance, like a Michael Jordan. Jordan, one of the best deals he signed was with Nike because he's got till this day, till as long as that brand is still there,
Which will be forever.
forever, he gets paid every single year. And I think last year alone, I don't know if you guys watched the movie, I think he got paid last year $384 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from his share of it. So that is where you say now, listen here, I used my fame well. I used my business acumen well.
But even just that's poor money management. So when we finish school, going to rugby, the guys, you literally have a guy like a financial advisor that talks to you guys about money, because coming straight to school, obviously not doing anything to now this, you good amount of money, like guys blow it. And one of the things they gave and always sat with me was, because I always do the same thing, how do people blow this money when you have that amount of money? And NFL players, these guys that are signing $200 million
Dollar
contracts a year, 73% of them are broke, are bankrupt within 3 years after retirement.
I can believe that.
3 years.
Can you believe
Insane.
it?
3
Yeah.
years after retirement. So after you play your last game, and again, keep in mind, these guys retire at like 27, 28.
Yeah.
27, 28. So by 31, you bankrupt.
Bro, you're just starting from scratch like the rest of us. Like,
Bruv, that is insane. But it's the whole. I don't know what happens when you see. I've always said when someone sees too much success too quickly and too young, that's the kind of thing that happens.
It breaks you.
Like you don't actually know. But like some like people win lotto as well. They're like the day you win it to you being bankrupt is average like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost like you don't know how to handle a small amount of money. And you think now having a large amount of money is going to solve all your problems, but you still have all the bad habits.
Yeah, I
It's the
think
same
as
money
people-
management, just on a larger scale.
yeah, we're just as bad. Like, you're gonna find a way to overuse that money, overspend it as well.
We're gonna start wrapping up very soon, yeah. And before we announce the winner of the Ultimate Trader, I want to talk about that press conference. We never spoke about it, and I feel like we briefly addressed it. And again, guys, we're not trying to create drama here, but let's talk a little bit about that press conference, how things have changed after that, and what the feeling was around it. And I'll give my closing remarks, but I think we can start by Ed, because Ed was as much part of the Ultimate Trader as anyone else here. So I think Ed, Keegan, let's start there on your guys' side.
Like what took me aback? That was the first time I'd met Shaq in person, and it's the first time all of us were in a room together. So I'm like, I don't actually know what the vibe's going to be like. I'm brand new to this situation. Cool. You're coming in, and from how nice it started to how quickly it took a left turn, kind of took me aback. And I'm like, and again, because I haven't been in the room with you guys, like just the three of you before in that setting. So I'm busy there, like making mental calculations. I'm like, is this normal? Is this the vibe? Is everyone still happy around here? I don't know what's going on. This seems tense to me.
You couldn't gauge it.
I couldn't gauge it.
Yeah.
I couldn't gauge it. I was shell shocked.
No, it's exactly what you saw. It's exactly that.
It was intense.
There was nothing to gauge.
Oh, it was
bro.
intense. I'm like, yo, is this? Because you know, like you get some people who like that's just how they banter between each other. Like it gets intense, but they
know how
but
they
they
are.
know how they are. I was there. I'm like, I can't gauge how this is going. Actually, I'm a little.
You can cut the atmosphere.
Yeah, it got intense there towards the end. It got intense there.
Not even towards the end, man. It just got intense out of nowhere, like in the middle of it all.
I can't even tell you when it switched.
Yeah, no one knows what triggered it.
I can't even tell you when it switched.
I feel like, before we get to keys, I think to some extent it was me, but that
I don't think so, bro.
No, but yes, but
I get what he's saying, but
yeah,
just that's the way he's saying that.
but for me, the thing was always that, like, even when we shot the first like intro videos, remember, like I took little jabs and I feel like that's almost I don't want to say the privilege, but if you've lived life a little bit, you can take some jabs at the younger guys because you've lived life. You don't. There's no ego for you. Like you do it, you enjoy it. So I feel like being the older guy, I was. I don't want to say you get the privilege to do it, but I could take jabs and Keegs even till this day. Like I can take jabs at Keegs and it's in good faith.
Yeah.
And I honestly still told Keegs before the presser. And I said, bro, like, I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. And Keegs was like, bro, I'm going to throw some jabs as well. And I knew, like there's going to be jabs thrown. And, like, we all take it in good spirit.
And it's a press conference between people who are battling it out in the trading space. You'd expect
Honestly,
a few
essentially,
jabs.
that's what we expected out of the press conference.
Yeah.
You say, I'm going to talk smack about this. I saw how the performance is, but like, not like that, bro.
Yeah, so, and then coming back to it, and then I think maybe I should have prepared him. But I think I did beforehand say, like, I'm going to throw jabs. And then just all of a sudden, like, I think it just escalated to something weird. Like I was honestly just a little sidestruck, but like I wasn't expecting things to go that way. To the point where I was almost like I was looking at Keegs, and I'm like, bro, I'm getting a little bit worked up. Like if I was sitting where Keegs was sitting.
Who knows what could have happened?
No, but for real, like we all talk about your BC days before Christ, but and I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, if I'm feeling a little bit heated, I hope Keegan is keeping it cool. Like I'm just ready to
Let's
jump
ask him,
up
were
there.
you?
Nah, guys, so till today, there was a stage I wanted to go back and rewatch it, and I was like, you know what? I think I watched the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, you know, I'm not doing this. I'm not opening myself up to this. I sat there, was chilled, and I said to Chris afterwards, like when I was seeing the chat, when I was seeing what the guys were going on about, how everyone else was going on, I sat down and said, you know what? I think it's a good thing. And to those that watch, we don't really just say these things. We mean it when we say it. We had a very, very heartfelt conversation we had with Jeremy 2 days before that. And I said to Chris, bro, I think if we didn't have that conversation with Jeremy those 2 days before, that would have gone very differently. But it was a case of having your eyes open to that. There were, I'd say, two things, even after the point where I was like, okay, now I'm going to hold my mouth a bit. Because this is going to get nasty very quick. But you know what? I think we move on from things. I think for a lot of us, it just shows things. I'm going to say proves things. It's part of the game. It's part of the plan. I wouldn't say I'm going to be surprised. Those that have been around, those that are in my circle will know there were situations we had a year ago where I've had people in my circle betray me. So it was a case of like, this isn't going to get to me.
Yeah, you've seen worse.
But yeah, it was a thing of take it on the chin, move on. What happens moving forward is another story. You deal with it, how you deal with it there. Because again, we've had our BC days. There's things today that I'm not proud I did. So I'm always someone that is willing to forgive and move past.
But would you say it soured the relationship.
But that's what I was gonna say. I definitely think there's a point. You still saying you forgive and saying you forgot are two different things. There's damage control that's got to be done there now. So yeah, I wouldn't say there's bad blood, but yeah, I think it's not what it was.
Keegan's
we
voice
can
was
leave it
getting
at
a bit
that.
shaky there, huh?
Yeah, I think definitely, and we had I just have to point this out to the community as well. Shaq did phone me and Keegan to apologize, and we accepted. But I do think it sours a lot of things. Like it did sour something that, like from the start, like we've only been good to people in our circle, and even if you're not in our circle, we've only ever been good to people. We've never tried to step on anybody's head. We've always said like, bro, like here's our resources. If you want to come shoot stuff here, oh, I'm doing this business. Like, bro, come shoot some stuff. We're gonna help you. Like, our heart has always been open. And then to the point where it went that way, for me as well, it did sour it. Something that could have been good. Man moved down here, like even me and Keeks chatting before it happened was like, bro, we can do so much because it's creative minds coming alike. And then something like that, definitely for me, I'm unfortunately that guy, like Keegan says, like I forgive, but it's like I forgive and you're gone. Like we've spoken about it, even guys in the industry that we still see and they pop onto the streams, but without them even knowing, they dead to me. Like that's like I'll chat, but like, bro, don't think when you phone me when you're in PE, like you'll Uber and you can come chill here, whatever, but I'm not going out of my way.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing. Keegan knows, like I'm loyal, I'm very loyal. But once you kick me in my face once or twice, you're dead to me. It's like, bro, it's not even offended. Like I deal with it. I clear my heart, but I'm not going to go out of my way for anything. So I do think to an extent, it's very unfortunate that happened. But I think also some things have to happen to almost, I don't want to say take you on another route, but just like things happen for a reason.
True.
In a particular time. So
there's a saying closer that says, loosely translated, God doesn't give you things using his hand.
We have the same thing.
So it's basically like he doesn't hand things to you.
There's not going to be a physical hand coming from the
down,
sky, but like it'll present
he's
itself.
He's gonna orchestrate situations to get you to where you need to be.
Yeah,
Right,
basically.
right, yeah.
So I think we just wanted to we wanted to address that as well, because I know some of our community got a little bit heated
on our behalf.
So there's no bad blood, like we said. I just think it is what it is. Like we've dealt with it, but we keep moving on. But now for the positive part, the winner.
Oh snap!
The winner of the Ultimate Trader.
I think
Oh, you guys.
Ed and Mo, have you even seen it?
I haven't seen it. I have no idea.
Who do you guys? We're gonna start from the bottom. Ed,
Chad.
I think me and Chris we've seen it, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give our answers. Was a bit of a spin up at the end, but
It's a spin up. I'm curious
Ed
about.
and Mo, I think I want you guys to give us your top three from
We're
third to
talking
first.
top three.
Top three. Okay, so
You want to start?
when last I saw it, they were 2 Oaks at 9 point something %, and then third place was significantly below that at like 3 or 4 or something like that. And we were busy saying how those two dudes need to freaking park the bus,
Yeah,
and they're guaranteed at least second, because who's gonna make up that deficit?
yeah.
Then you saying there's a huge shakeup and people didn't park the bus when they should have parked the bus. So I'm like, at least one of those bastards blew up.
So just team wise, who do you think is first, second, third?
Okay. Just going with my gut feel here.
I'm gonna say Chris first.
I'm gonna say Chris first. I'm going to assume whoever won was meticulous, slow, steady, nothing fancy, no major days.
Yeah.
Did the turtle strat.
Yeah, just dug at it.
Slow and steady.
Slowly, yeah.
Got to somewhere, parked the bus. They there. I'm gonna say some kind of rocket man from Keeg's team is probably in second, and probably in third. Is gonna be my guess.
You don't think Shaq's on the list?
What's your thoughts?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh man, I don't know. Like last I saw any of this was a while back. I'm gonna say I think Chris first, and then I fall apart. Then you and Shaq get like rock paper scissors for that. That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm thinking like this because I remember there was one day where Chris's name was just on the leaderboard, like just
8 out of the 10. Yeah.
8 out of the 10. At some point, that was the situation. So, yeah. So let's say Chris first. Yeah.
Chris.
Okay.
Reveal it. Third.
Drum roll, please.
Third till first.
Okay, Chad, we're going to start with third place. We've got Christian Bester. 3% gain in phase 2 from Team Shaq.
See.
Oh,
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Well done. Christian Bester.
3% in phase 2. Man's almost done.
3% in phase
Almost
2.
another funded trader.
Hey.
Yeah,
well done.
actually.
In
Well done.
second place, we've got Craig Haupt with minus 0.7 on the funded stage. He got funded with a $25,000 account.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Second.
that counts a
Funded.
lot.
And a funded account.
Nice, man.
There's some prizes there.
And then Team Chris, okay? Then in first place, Kiyash Babat with plus 0.07 in the
Just park
funded
the bus.
stage.
Damn.
Park the bus.
Can I just say
So,
which team?
Team Chris. So,
Oh, nice.
Hey.
One and 2, Team Chris. Third, Shaq. Well done, boys.
yeah,
Well
Chad.
Nice, man.
I think going forward, like I said, this will be the worst Ultimate Trader because we learn, we adapt, we're gonna change some stuff. But I do think there was a lot of value out of it.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, like we said, it wasn't even for the coaches. That's the weird thing. Like we, as much as we were competing, our focus was on how do we provide value to our team members. And I think going forward, we're going to change some stuff. We're going to bring some stuff in. We're going to make it a little bit more
Polished.
Yeah, more polished. But that's the thing with anything in life. You have to start. Just start, and then you start improving. But don't wait to have something polished and then start.
100%. 100%.
So I think, Chad, any last questions before we leave? I see Steinsberg had too much pizza. Steinsberg, you got to stay off that pizza, my bro. When you have too much pizza, you start saying weird stuff like you're saying there. But I'm just going to go through the chat there
What does he say?
quickly. Yeah, the man is trying to go pre-1994. But anyway.
That's a very odd statement.
Yeah.
That's a very odd statement.
Spot on, Ed, can't manage 1K. What makes you think you can manage more money? Let me just see. I know there were some questions in the chat I missed. I just want to go through a chat. Feel free to drop a few now. Jean-Maria, okay. Do we ever, I think we spoke about it, AI won't, I don't think AI will take over trading. I think AI is just going to make it, change the conditions of trading, okay? Let me just see if there's anything in the chat here. Well done to the winners, Rian, champs.
I think, guys, as well, while we getting ready to wrap it up, from our side as well, the coaches, it was good. Very insightful, I want to say. How do we pass on our knowledge? How can we help you guys? How could we do it without physically have to trade for you? I think that was the biggest thing. Like, we weren't allowed to give you guys direct signals. So how could we make you guys grow without literally trading for you? We need you guys to see the markets how we see it. And I hope like we were able to make it come across in a positive way for you guys to trade. And as you say, looking forward to the next Ultimate Trader, see what the coaches do then. But I think even from the 2G side and from everything else side. I think, as you said, things are only going to start ramping up from here now. This is just the beginning.
Next one's going to be bigger and better.
Yeah, I think as well. Yeah, well done to the guys. Unfortunately, now I'm gonna have to be on season 2, and not like I don't have enough on my plate. I was hoping that was one of the young guns. But yeah, a big shout out to my team. Weirdly enough, the first session we didn't even talk about trading. We literally just talked about competition. Specifically a competition like this where I strategize. I told him, this is how I do it. Guys are gonna come hot out of the gates. We take it easy, whatnot. So that helped. So if you ever go into the Ultimate Trader, forget like the trading, swinging shots. We come back to that, like you sharpen the axe for 7 hours and you chop the tree for 20 minutes. So,
but I think also, guys, in that note, you guys can start start thinking about it. Who are the 2 future coaches you guys want to see in the Ultimate Trader that you guys think can possibly dethrone this old bull over here?
Hey.
Look at the
Yeah.
silence first.
Can we,
He's smitten right now. He cannot believe it.
can we get mad charts on next season?
Now I think what we will actually do is, I think Mo, just to conclude it, is to actually have, once we've announced the winners publicly,
Yeah.
to then actually have like a little bit of a campaign to say like, hey, tag who you want to see go up against Chris for the next Ultimate Trader
No,
or
I'm with
whatever.
that.
Yeah, make it a thing.
I'll
yeah.
jot it down.
So I think that could be sweet. Guys, any closing remarks before we wrap up? We're obviously streaming in 45 minutes to get this set up and going again. But Edski, starting there from your side.
Yo, man. Love being here. Thanks for the invite, guys. And thanks to the 2G's community. Like I said, you guys are the unsung heroes of this entire setup. If it wasn't for you guys, like none of this would be possible, and there wouldn't be a reason for us to be in the studio right now.
Amen.
There wouldn't be Ultimate Trader. There wouldn't be any of this. So just shout out to you guys for always supporting and doing so well. Like it's one thing I can imagine for you and for Chris. Like it's one thing teaching something, but a lot of the benefit is the people you're teaching it to take it on, apply it, and start doing well for themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's the amazing thing to see.
Yeah.
And like that's why like me as a complete newbie just over a year ago coming in, I was quickly able to recognize like, okay, I know quality when I see it at the very least, and you guys have been absolutely brilliant at hosting such an awesome community. So I'm looking forward to, I'm very excited that this right now today is the worst 2Gs is ever going to be again.
Yeah.
And
That's a good thing.
Like, this is the worst Ultimate Trader we're going to have. 2Gs is the worst conditions ever going to be again. So I'm excited to see what the next couple months look like.
Yeah, it's. I think it's cool when you think of it that way. Like again, you keep setting the bar, and I think like this, as you say, moving forward, this becomes the low. This becomes the minimum. But yeah, guys, as you always say, this channel wouldn't be anything without you guys. Me and Chris would probably just be at our houses trading, not doing anything else. So we are truly blessed to be here. As you said, only going to be ramping up from here. So a lot of future things to come, a lot of bigger plans to come. There's not going to be any stopping this momentum right now.
No, Moski, your side.
Any closing remarks?
Yeah, thank you for the most. Let's chat. Sorry, before we close, Chad, the most strat, and Keegan was in the room that day. Keeks, who did I give credit to when I was teaching
You
strat?
gave it to Mo.
I appreciate
You still
that,
told
man.
the guys it's called the Mo strat.
And he still calls it that now,
Yeah.
even, and we know exactly what he means when he says that. But from me, man, closing remarks. I just love being here. I've just been super busy, Chad. If you guys have been wondering where Mo is, I've been in the studio. I think we're doing a lot more than we were.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of content out. We're doing a lot, even though it doesn't seem that way at first sight. There's a lot going on. So I'm definitely still a part of the journey. And hello to every fresh new face who hasn't seen me before.
Mo, has your salary hit yet? Let's just chat about that.
No.
No, Chad. Mo's salary hasn't hit.
Mo is a volunteer this month.
Mo's salary hasn't hit, and he said, "Bro, like if you will or not." I said, "What I will do is ask the Chad." He had plans. How much do you need for your plans for the
I
weekend?
don't even know. I just
Like he said, he came in here. He's like, he's got plans. He hasn't been paid. The money's is only going to reflect tomorrow. He's feeling uncomfortable going out. I said maybe we'll do a GoFundMe.
I cannot believe Chris went through with this thing.
And Chad, we're gonna give a few moments here to see if there's some donors that come through here. Let's check if we can
Spare something for a brother.
So what I'll do is let me see if I can kick it off here for Mo.
No way, Chris.
Let's kick it off here for Mo. This is weekend plans, Chad.
A little
Fund
weekend
the
money.
weekend, bro.
No
How much do you
weekend
need
money.
on? And I'm like, bro, are you like buying land or something? Like, he's like, my plans now. The fund's only hitting tomorrow.
Bro, here's the thing.
and-
I've had a very tough week, okay? Here's how my week's been.
Yeah.
Every day I get in the morning with Chris. Chris like, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm dying, bro. I'm just crawling this week. And then Wednesday, I start my gym session halfway. Yesterday, still at the office.
You
I
stopped it halfway.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't keep going. I
Oh,
was
shit.
that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Then yesterday, still at the office, I tell my brother, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to gym. Like, when I get home, I'm just gonna lie down and just push through the week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm like, finally it's here. And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, let's see that text, brother. What's FMB saying? And
Where's
they're like,
where my Diba dollars at?
and they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro.
Dololo.
So tough. I've been trying to like keep a good attitude about it, but woo.
Hey Mo, it seems like
Sweating
Chad
bullets.
is saying they have also not gotten paid yet. So
Chad, I
they-
appreciate you trying.
It's not the 25th yet, though.
But-
It's not late.
No,
But
but that's what I told him, and then Mo is like, hey bro, the thing is, I've got plans. Okay, the Rito coming through, so there's
Hey.
140 rand.
Yo,
140
Rito, bro.
rand. Here we
DD
go.
with
That's
the
it.
work
Locked
done.
Now I'm asking Mo, and I'm like, bro, so the plans, but like what do you mean? Like, it's like, bro, you just want to have like that comfort of the liquidity sitting there. Like, you don't want to dab into the liquidity. You just want to know there's margin. There's
Yeah.
margin.
basically.
You don't want to be at the club or at the restaurant and get a margin call then.
Yeah,
That's not
bro,
comfortable.
you're like, I'm 2 rand away from blowing it. Like,
Yeah,
this
it's
shop
like-
better do what it needs to do.
And I understand that. It's almost like you just want to know that if things start ramping up a little bit, like
can
there's
keep up.
liquidity. Like you don't have to be like, hey bro, there's just that enough funds in. Will this last drink go through? Let me try it. Like
when you have to check your balance every time you order something from the bar. That's not comfortable.
And your
That's-
choices start changing. You go from like a Long Island to like, okay, let's go for this beer.
Let's go
and
for-
now this.
and then when you ask for like water and like, but not the bottle, just bring tap water.
Tap water.
Like you just make sure, because that water when you order it, it's like $40.
No,
Like,
bro. Even when they
bring
put
a
it there, you're
jug,
like,
bring-
it's not bottled water. And they're like, no, it's tap water. And you're like, cool.
Okay,
thank
cool,
you.
cool. Clarify.
But you confirm it. You ask though.
Yeah.
Is this tap water? Like, will this be on the bill? Like, no, sir. It's like tap out of the tap. Okay. You don't charge for the ice cubes.
Tap water,
the
do you?
cubes, the ice cubes for free. Yeah. Okay.
And the
sure.
lemon.
And the lemon. No,
Alright, Chris, I can't believe you did that, man.
no, but Chad, no, it's good. No, I told Mosky I've got his back if he wants some liquidity. I only said I need to be invited as well, and he's like, "No, I'm fine, bro. Don't worry, I'm fine.
I don't need Chris
Don't
there.
stress about
Who
it."
wants their boss during their weekend
But
off?
Chris is a bro. That's the thing, though. Chris is such a bro. I feel like he'd ramp up my night. Honestly.
But anyways, Chad. No, I
Chad.
think it's good for us to at least get this podcast done. I think before we started the stream this morning, or after the stream, when we said we're doing the podcast, it was
Before
like,
the
yo,
stream.
we were all a little bit down. I feel like this week, or for me personally, me and Ed, it was me and you chatting last night, on WhatsApp, and I told Ed, and I said, Ed, it's the weirdest thing. Sorry, I was going to give you now. I told Ed it's the weirdest thing how with the trading, the different strategies, you get a little bit knocked at both ways. You see profit, you try to extend it, you get a break even.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, then when the actual trade is going to come, you overmanage it, you go break even again, then when you let it go, now you take the full loss.
Full loss.
Now, on the day where your run came, like yesterday with the 4 hour, you micromanage it again. And I'm like, Ed, bro, this for me was honestly most probably like amateur month. Because like everything you teach and what you talk against, now when you start experiencing it yourself, then it's like, hey man, you're not too big for the game.
I believe that because I still remember old office, Chris would be like, you can't look at a 4-hour trade on the 5-minute. And I'm like, darn. And then he did it this month. And I'm like, that's so real, man. That's so human.
Dude, the psychology of trading is a beast of a thing. It is I catch myself too. I'm like in the videos I make and like the educational stuff I do, I'll be like, listen, this is how you risk manage. This is what you do. Then I go into my own trading, and in the moment, it seems like this is such a brilliant idea. I'm gonna go to break even right now, and I'm gonna avoid this. 2 hours after the trade's over, you look at it, I'm like, what the flip was I doing?
Yeah.
Like, that was the stupidest thing I could have done.
But I will say, Ed, before we wrap it up, Ed took a jab at me yesterday. He was recording a video, and he just mentions, he's just like, if you're trading now and then, every couple of weeks, you're never going to be profitable. And I was just like, you know what, Ed, felt. Word.
You can't, in a nutshell, just choose when you want to trade. And the reason I say that, a lot of guys will actually be like, you can. But the thing is, how do you know that's the week you should be trading? How do you know that's the week your strat's going to be profitable?
Yeah. I think what they call it, it's random distribution. Like the markets, your if your strategy doesn't have 100% success rate, you're at the mercy of random distribution. Your winners and losers are nothing. You can't predict them on a trade by trade basis.
Yeah.
You have to take your 1,000 trades, and in that 1,000 trades, you'll get your 60%.
So what you guys are saying is, when my salary reflects, I should take all of that money, put it in my trading account,
Full margin.
and full margin.
Full margin.
The first
Guys,
valid trade I see. Got it. Thank you.
This is the only guy I don't know who can see 100% probability of a news event in South Africa, and he hasn't traded it.
Who's that? Me?
You,
What do you mean?
bro.
He's
Any
only
South
traded once.
African trader, if you tell them I've got 100% win rate on a news event,
Yeah.
They're gonna
bro,
back
they will
you.
put their home loan
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Moses like, hey guys, I'll take a video for you.
That's a jab.
They haven't taken one of them.
No, only
I don't know.
No,
shit. So you
look,
either you don't believe in us.
No, I do, bro.
is Chris not paying you enough?
No. Here's the thing. We definitely broke the bad juju.
Yeah.
All right,
did.
we broke the bad juju. That was great. And then after that as well, I think you guys hit it, and I was there for it. But then now I haven't really put down real money. Like that's the thing.
But you know what it is. You know what it is. It's the let's say we take a loss. And now it's like, okay, I've taken a loss. I'm going to be really conservative now. I'm not going to take the next one. I'm a little bit worried. And then they take a win. And you're like, okay, cool. Shit, I missed that. But now because they've taken a win, you're like, a loss. They're due a loss.
Yeah.
They're due a loss. They take another win. Okay, but now they're definitely due a loss. So you keep like
They're
not
taking-
entering.
This is why I need to go bungee jumping. Like I said, I need to amp up my risk appetite, bro. I need to get my adrenaline pumping again. Like just be in it for the thrill.
But
So-
before we wrap up, what I wanted to come back to is like the strategies, gigs, and I think we must actually chat about it. Is having different prop accounts for each strat.
Yeah.
Where
100%.
you have purely the firecracker for the big satchel 222 firecracker strat. We're gonna still see what it morphs into, but just an account for that. Then you've got, say, the Steve Jobs turtleneck strat, turtle wave, big wave turtle.
I still need to understand that,
Yeah.
man.
One
But you'll brief me.
one of these days, I'm gonna hit a big withdrawal from Vault Funder, and you'll get the name of this thing right.
And
Now, then there's going to be the lender.
yeah, then we're
Linda,
gonna have the Linda,
Damn.
Project Linda. Then we're gonna have the Mo strat, and then we're gonna have the pivots, basically the scalping.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, you start to clutter the stats a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
And
Cut the P&L also.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
see my now, screw Donvo. He's got his salad bowl of strategies. We building the flipping Avengers of strategies right here, bro.
Ooh, I like that.
are we going to
Strong
go with
verbiage,
Avenger
very
names? Avenger names.
The Iron Man. over
Yeah,
there.
bro.
the Iron
Project
Man,
Linda
the-
sounds like the Captain America of
Listen,
trading.
man, when you said Project Linda, I was just like, that's such a dope name. Though.
That's literally the Captain
Project
America
Linda.
of trading.
Project Linda.
I'll take Black Widow.
No, man.
That sounds like a cool
it
name.
actually sounds more like Iron Man's AI.
Iron Man's a
Yeah.
beast.
Jarvis, you have you have the Linda.
The
Yeah.
Linda. No, I think, so you also think that's something we should do. You separate them.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in
100%.
next week.
I
though.
think psychology-wise, also, if one account is at -3%, you're not sweating it because the next account is up to, the next one is at break even. It's purely a mechanical system to you. Like one account's winning,
Yeah.
one's not doing so well. That one blew, whatever that strat was. I think we're chalking that strat. Move on.
Yeah.
Last one before we go. Why were you guys so stiff? I feel like the conversation only started to loosen up now to
At the
the
tail
end.
end. I don't know, man.
I don't know, these boys.
It-
Wait, what's Keegan's reaction? What is that? Keegan's like, this guy.
No, you know what
My
it is.
brother, we came out here guns blazing.
Well, that's actually
Well,
true.
we had father and son sitting here next to us.
Father, look at this.
I keep seeing it and I'm like, damn it, man. Like,
Listen,
I'm going to give you the liquidity.
I can't even do anything about it. I just need a bigger shade.
I'm not sure if it comes across on camera just how large a human being Chris is.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
Chris
no.
is a giant of a human being.
He is, bro. So,
Yeah.
and I'm a pretty big dude. I'm a tall guy myself, right, guys?
He's pretty tall.
Yeah,
Mo, guys might not look it, but you Google Mo right now, you'll see he's
I'm
6'11".
Thanks, Keegan. Appreciate it.
But hey, Google lies, guys.
No, but I googled Mo and I saw he was 8 inches. Like, what do you mean 6'11"?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good. I think we're gonna do more of these types of podcasts. Just like it's good having the guests. I think, like we said, the special series guests. But I also just think doing more of this, just chatting. We're already chatting about having another little studio built on the other side of the office, almost for these type of conversations. So we'll see. At this stage, we want to try and double up on everything, so it's just ease of use. So currently, you guys see the beautiful shot here. What you don't see is what's going on behind the camera. It is
mess.
it's a war zone. So we're gonna start. We've got 30 minutes. So Chad, we'll see you. Keith, how are you feeling for the firecracker? I'm feeling it's gonna produce today.
Right, produced. We last week we went 4 out of 5. This week we sitting at 3 out of 4. So good chance to go 4 out of 5 again.
Oh, okay.
And today, TP means another account done. So
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers
yeah,
crossed.
let's see if she can bring it home again.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, Chad. Peace and love, baby. We're going to see you guys 3 p.m. Let us get set up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe if you have not done so yet. Almost 100 of you. Beautiful to see. Big shout out to Dorito. 210 Rand. I think that's at least 2 cocktails, Moski. We're going to get that into the Beautiful.
Appreciate you guys. Honestly,
Awesome.
man.
Awesome.